Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the place where you learn new skill every time you visit. So keep updating yourself by subscribing to the channel. So today we are going to discuss how to use Visual Basic interface and input output in Visual Basic.
So Visual Basic, now the objective of our class will be that you will be learning basic coding skill using Visual Basic as a tool to develop your logic and would be able to solve problems, right? So we are not learning Visual Basic completely. We are using Visual Basic as a tool to learn the coding. So that's why we would be learning limited tools over here. The basic three tools for input and for output, right? For input we would be using text box. For output we would be using the list box, and there is a label and the text box. So let's move ahead. Now we know that steps of coding. Every program can be coded by breaking it into input, process and output, right? So for input in Visual Basic we will be using text box for taking data. For process we have a command button which will move to coding window where we'll do the coding, and for output we'll be using the list box. Now Visual Basic tool. Every program can be coded by breaking it into input, process and output that we discussed just now. For input we have the text box tool, for process command button, and for output list box. Now let's go in detail with Visual Basic. What actually is Visual Basic? Let's just have an introduction of it. So Visual Basic is a tool that allows user to develop a graphical user interface applications. The basics of Visual Basic is an earlier programming language called BASIC, that is beginners all-purpose symbolic instruction code. Now when we start with the Visual Basic we get this kind of screen, alright. So when we click at the new tab you will get the new, you will be able to choose any of these particular format in which the Visual Basic produces the program, alright. If you go to existing you will be able to get the existing product, and recent will take you to the recent tab. So most of the time we go for the new. Now every time you choose for the standard exe file, that is by default selected because we are developing an application, and that application we want it as an exe file. That's why we go for this. Now after this, after choosing standard exe, we have to go to open in our Visual Basic. To move further, that will do it practically. Now in Visual Basic you have a form, this kind of thing. You have a toolbar here from where you can pick the tool. Here is also the toolbox, toolbar, menu bar, and a project explorer. Now project explorer, you will see your form. So whenever you have to move from coding window to form, you will double click on the form in the project explorer, right? That is the way to come back to the form. And from form to the coding window, you just double click on the command button, you go, right? I'll show you how we do it practically. Now main components in Visual Basic 6 are, we have a menu bar, a list of commands used to control the environment, and a form window. These are the main thing which we will be using. Now in the list box, we are only using label button to show a message on the screen, a text box to get the data, that is the input from user, a command button to code the process, and a list box to show our output. These are the only 4 tools we are using. We are not using any other tools because Visual Basic is very vast, and we are not actually learning Visual Basic as a whole. We are using it as a tool to develop your skills for coding. Okay. Now again let's have a quick look at all the tools what they do. Most of you know actually. So this is the save, this is the copy, this is the redo, this is find, break, this is project explorer, form layout window which arranges the forms in one after another, toolbox, this will bring your toolbox, visual component manager, data view window, object browser, end, paste, undo, open project, cut, add form, add standard exe project, and this thing is called the menu editor. Okay, so but we are not going to use all of them as I told you. Now whatever is there on the the form of Visual Basic has a property. So when you click at the label box, you right click on label box and you will get a property table of the label. When you right click on the form, you will get a property table of the form. Using this table, you can change the style or display of the particular thing, right? For example, suppose I want to change the background color of this form, so I can go down, scroll down to the background color option and change the color, right? But that we are not using right now. We would be only using it for the label to change the caption. We would be using it for the command to change the caption. That is the only use we are doing of the property window, right? Now, then we have a VBA Explorer window. It's a tree kind of structure where you see all your sheets which you are doing are arranged over here. Then we have the main controls. I'm explaining them on one line over here, that it has a pointer which provides a way to move and resize control, a picture box, text box which we would be using to display, manage and enter text, frame, set as a Visual Basic container, command button which we are using, checkbox. Right now we are not using it, but you know what is checkbox is. Check and uncheck. The option button, it has an option choice A, B, C or D, and list box which we would be using. Shape is used to draw a shape, rectangle and all those kind of things. Line is used for line, image for image, data is for connecting the database, overlay is for embedding some other software into Visual Basic. These are some higher uses of Visual Basic. Now, let's talk about the variables encoding. A variable is a memory location where we store numbers or decimal. And in VB, we have three types of variables. A number in a VB is called an integer. A decimal number in a VB is called a double. An alphabet in a VB is called a string. So these three categories of variables are there in VB and which we will be using. And these integer, double and strings are called data types. So these are the categories of information which we store in these variables. For example, integer number. When we talk about an integer number, it is an int. When we talk about a decimal number, it is a double. When we talk about the alphabet, it's a symbol, or a symbol, it's a string. So alphabet and symbol both goes to string. Let's see a sample program of Visual Basic. On the very first line of the coding window, you have to declare the variable which you are going to use. Suppose we are creating a program which has two numbers taken from the user on the text boxes 1 and 2, and sum has to be printed. So we have done dim a, b, answer, because only three variables I'm going to use and all of them are going to be of integer, so I have taken that. Now the value of a will come from text 1. Now why we have done val here? Because if I don't do that, then it will take the number as a text format, and instead of doing it like if I enter 2, 3, instead of adding them 2 plus 3, 5, it will make it 23. And you know that it joins them if you are not doing the val option, right? So val, it will take the value part of the particular thing which is in text box 1. Similarly, b will take from text box 2 the value part of it. You will add both of them into the variable answer, and then you want to show it on the text box 3. That also you can do using this command. So the value of a will appear here. The thing within the quotes plus, it will appear as plus, and b, the value of b, and equal to, as equal to, and an answer. So text 3 here I am using as a tool to show the answer also, but later on in most of the programs we will be using list box as our tool. Now we'll do it practically, and I'll show you the same program practically, and then we'll move further with other programs. So let's move on to Visual Basic. So here's the Visual Basic shortcut. To start Visual Basic, standard exe we have to choose and open. Now I'll expand the form, and because the same question I'm doing, so I'll get a label button for showing the message. Message means we are asking the user to enter a number. So user should know what he has to do. So we are putting a message here. So for the messages we take label. I've taken label, and here is the property window. In this property window I have to go to the caption property, which is already highlighted by default as I told you earlier. So you go over here and you type enter a number. Once you do that, this message will come when the program will run. But where the user will type a number, the user has to type a number in a box. So for that we take a box and put in front of it. There is something text 1 written inside it. We should remove it. So again we will go to the property table. Now this is automatically changed to text1 property. When I click at label, it is a label property. When I click at text box, it is a text box property. So I will delete that content of it so that it appears empty and user can type a number. Now I have putting another message, enter another number, enter another number. Again I need a text box, so I'll put a text box and store it here. Now the next thing is the command button. This is the input part. Now the process part is the command button. So I click a command button, put it here. I'll also change the heading of the command button. Either I can do calculate or I can do add, because I'm doing the addition over here. So I do calculate. Now for the output I need a list box here. I can also use a text box and I can use a list box also. So I'll go for the list box and I'll put a list box here. Right. Now to code it, I'll double click at the calculate command button and I go to the coding window. It goes to the coding window. I'll type the coding here. Dim a comma b comma answer as integer. It's your choice. You can take decimal also. So integer. Now a will take value from text1. B will take value from text2 and answer will add both values. And then I have to show the answer on the list box, so I'll say list1 dot add item and my message. Sum of and a means the content of variable a will come here. I need to put the and ampersand sign on both sides. This is a glue operator. It joins the message and the variable. So and a and then a little space and b. Now again this is a glue operator which will join the variable b along with the message. Is now where have you stored your answer? In the answer. So here is the answer. I'm putting it at. So this way my program is done. Now I'll run it. Let's see if it runs or not. So I have given number 3 and I have given number 5 and calculate sum of 3, 5 is 8. I could have said 3 and 5. Now I'll go back to the program and try to put the word and here. Now the word and will appear there. So I'll just say another different numbers. Sum of 4 and 6 is 10. Alright. Now in the next video I will do the if else and further questions for you. Thank you.
If you are new to the channel, please subscribe it. Also press the bell notification so that you get notification as soon as I release a new video. Share and like the video.